Hi, everybody. Welcome to Digital Champions. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. And joining us today is Lauren Caggiano with WriteOn. Lauren, thank you so much for being on Digital Champions today.
My pleasure.
Now, I want you to tell us what you do over there at WriteOn, but I have a feeling the hint is in the name.
It absolutely is. Yeah. So I am a creative writer. So I do anything in the digital and print media space, from website content, social media posts, bios, you name it. So if it's creative of any stripes, I'm your girl.
And so talk to me about when clients come to you. Do they come to you and say, I need someone to write all this content? Or they come to you with an issue and you're like, look, the key here is your content?
A little bit of both. I work from people that are just starting out. They might be solopreneurs. They don't have a clue about how to construct any sort of content. Then I have people that are more seasoned that maybe just need some polish and shine. So, there's definitely fulfillment in both types of projects and both ends of the spectrum. So a little bit of both.
And what's your greatest challenge when producing content? I know sometimes when you're a content writer, you have to be a mini expert in a million different things all of a sudden very quickly. But what other challenges are you finding in your space with pushing out that kind of high-level, engaging content for clients?
Yes. Well, I would say exactly what you said. I have to be an expert in every industry. So on my website, I say cattle ranchers, candles, and financial planners. Those are just a few of the verticals I've worked in. So yeah, I have to be a master of everything and an expert. So I would say the research is where a lot of the time takes.
Yeah, and then finding somebody's voice. So tell me a little bit about what is your tip for folks who either want to try to write their own content, who will soon realize it takes a lot of time and effort and hire you. But either what's your biggest tip for somebody who's trying to write content, or maybe somebody who's looking for a good content writer, content creator, because it's important too that you have a good fit, because you need to write in that voice of that person or that product.
Absolutely. Well, I don't like to take away work for myself, of course, but I also believe in educating my clients. So that said, I really believe in the story brand framework, the SB7 model. So Building a Story Brand is the title of the book by Donald Miller. So that's a great starting point. And then from there, I really emphasize working with someone local. I know in the digital world, the world is becoming so small, and you can work with someone in India and even in the same time zone, or I guess not same time zone, but you might be a few hours apart and it works, right, from a business standpoint. But you just don't have that FaceTime, so to speak. And I believe that suffers. The content suffers, the relationship suffers, and it's going to be evident in the quality of the work. So find someone local.
And, we always ask everybody in your digital space, in your digital realm that you're in, what are some of the changes that are coming down the pike that you are keeping an eye on, that you want to make sure, hey, I want to make sure I'm proactive with this change, not necessarily reactive? A lot of folks look at a lot of different things. So we're always curious. As a content writer, I'm curious what you're looking out for.
Definitely AI. One of my friends here, I work out of a co-working space. He says, hey, have you checked out this new solution? And I haven't checked out that one in particular, but even Grammarly, that's a great example. How many people have that plugin installed? That is AI. I don't think people think about it that way, but however, I mentioned that as definitely a trend to be keeping tabs on, but at the same time, that human connection, that human touch, I believe will never go away, and it's necessary.
You're right on AI. I just read an article today about AI is going to start measuring emotions. And when you go for like a job interview, like on camera, they'll measure your facial expressions and trying to see if you have the right emotional fortitude or emotional intelligence for the job. How do you think that's going to affect writing, picking up on emotions in writing? Because we all know you got to write a good emotional hook, right?
Yes, yes. Well, as we've seen with AI and other contexts like policing, it is not foolproof. It still needs human intervention. So I would say it is maybe a starting point, but definitely not the end all be all. And it cannot operate in and of itself. It needs to have human safeguards, if you will.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's still bias in everything, and you've got to keep an eye out for that. Well, Lauren, thanks so much for joining us today on Digital Champions. Great stuff.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And if you'd like to learn more about what Lauren is doing over there and WriteOn, if you need some good content written, you can check her out on dailyadbrief.com. That's going to do it for us on Digital Champions. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, and we look forward to learning something new with you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.